Hi, David Wallimann here. Today, I'm going to take one question that you guys have asked. Yes, only one, because I think this question kind of stood out and it's been asked several times, and I thought we'd make a video out of it. It's a really good question. Here it is. This one is from user EEA. Thanks for asking this. Here we go. So, I just recently got the idea to learn a song. Awesome. So, I picked Back in Black. And this idea came from the fact that when people ask me to play something, I would select the backing track, improvise over it, but the only response I get is, "Can you play a song?" And people just don't care about my improvisations. Now, this bugs me so much because I've always loved to improvise, and anytime I'm asked to play or to guest on stage, I just improvise. So that's cool. So that's why you're learning a song, because people are tired of your improvisations. Whenever they ask you to play something, you improvise, they want a song. And so you can play. Here's the question. Should I forget about learning songs and just stick to improvisation? Honestly, I don't think learning songs will help my improv. In fact, I think it takes away from it. Please advise. Okay. Awesome question. I think this kind of underlines other questions that we can talk about. The first thing that I want to point out is that you said yourself that you love to improvise and you're frustrated because people ask you to play a song, you don't know songs, and so you do it, but you don't really like doing it. You want to improvise. My first thought is don't learn a song if you don't want to learn a song. Like, don't learn a song just to please other people. Now, I say that all depends on why you're making music in your particular situation. I realize that. Sometimes you have to learn songs. If that's the only way you can get into a cover band, you learn the songs, you play shows, and if playing shows makes you happy, even if it's songs that you've learned, then that's what you need to do. But in your case, it seems that you are someone who just loves to express yourself on the instrument, improvising over backing tracks or on your own, whatever it is. And I can relate to that completely because I'm kind of in the same situation. I don't particularly enjoy learning songs. I love listening to them, but I don't like learning other people's music. Now, I say that, but that has changed through the years. So I've been playing guitar for, at the time of this video, about 25 years or so, and so I've been in different states of mind through these years. Like, sometimes I just was pure technique, other times I was composition, and other times when I was younger, I thought I need to know it all, so anything I study musically, that's going to serve me. And today I maybe have a more moderate point of view, but with the experience that I have, and this is valid for me, hopefully it'll resonate with you, but don't take my word as absolute wisdom, this is what you need to do. No, that's just from me. Looking back, I feel that, yes, learning songs has really helped me in some areas, but it depended how I approached the learning song process. When I spent time learning songs because I thought that I had to learn as many things as possible, including songs, that didn't really serve me well. Yeah, I spent time on the instrument, it worked my ear a little bit, but the end goal that I had when I was doing that was just to accumulate all this baggage of song repertoire, and in the end, did not serve me at all. But there are times when I approached learning a song with a very particular purpose, and I think that's going to speak to you who says that you love improvisation. Here's what I would do. I would definitely listen to music, the kind of music that you like, not the kind of music that you think you should listen to. And that's a trap that maybe I'll make a full video on that. We kind of all fall in that trap at some point or another. Listen to the music that is appealing to you, even if you're the only one in your circles who love that music. Maybe that's something that you love in that music is not what other people think. And that's where there's little treasures, I think, to gather from that. Okay, for example, there was this song that was playing on my CD player at the time, and it goes way back, but it was a Steve Vai song. I liked Steve Vai, liked his music, But that particular song really, really spoke to me. And I didn't really know why, because Steve wasn't doing something super impressive. The tone was just Steve Vai tone, which is great, but nothing stood out there. And that led me towards a really interesting path. I started to ask myself, why do I like this so much? What is it? Like, what's going on? And it was just one note. Anytime that section of the song came, I felt something. It spoke to me. I didn't know what it was. And it turned out it was an interval. I think, if I recall correctly, it was a major sixth. That particular interval just spoke to me at the time. And so I learned the song because I didn't really know what it was. So I learned the full song. And as I was learning it, I learned everything I could about the song to try to discover what the secret was. What is it that I love about this thing? And then I pinpointed a section of the song. I asked a lot of questions as I was trying to figure out the song. Questions such as, is it the structure of the song that I like? Maybe there's like, an intro. It was instrumental, but maybe it was intro, and then what we would call verse, chorus, another verse, and then another intro. Maybe it was going back to the intro. Maybe. It wasn't, but maybe. So I studied the structure. I thought maybe it's a chord, studied the chords, and no, because if I play those chords, yeah, they're cool, but that's not it. Maybe it was a rhythm thing. Anyways, it turned out it was that I pinpointed that particular note that happened at that time, and the note itself, when I played it itself, didn't really do anything, but when I played it over the backing track, yeah, I still feel that. So it was that interval. Knowing that, I couldn't have found that if I didn't study the song, and that was a long time ago again, but that led me to really have an ear developed for that interval, that sixth, I think it was the sixth. And so that led me towards searching different scales that had that interval, minor scales, major scales, different families of scales, and that expanded my theory knowledge, that expanded my ear. And then I could hear that particular interval in other pieces, and I recognized that, and that really helped me strengthen the connection. I often talk about the connection between your inner person, your inner musician, your heart, your soul, whatever, and what comes out through your fingers or your mouth if you're a singer. And that really helped me strengthen that connection, and that led me to become, I think, a more mature musician. And each time I would learn songs for that particular purpose of extracting from that song that secret that I liked, that's what led me to a better understanding of what I liked, and that helped me convey those things that I liked in my music, and that made me closer to the musician that I am. And I think that's what I would suggest for someone like you. It's not valid for everyone, because some people just want to play songs and that's where they find their joy. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's awesome. If you know that about yourself, then do what you like. But I want a word of caution. Maybe it's not really wise, but that's where I am today. And for a long time, I thought I really had to understand everything about music, study every musical genres, every musician, every heritage that we would get on CDs, records, vinyls, tapes, radio, anything. I had to understand this. It was like this huge thing. It is huge. The problem by doing that is that I kind of like made music this huge thing, but if it's huge, well, it's limited. It's a huge, limited thing. I think music is unlimited. And once I understood that I can't know it all because it's unlimited and it's growing and it's every day there's new things coming on it, then that frees yourself from only working on the sections that you like, the musical things that you like, composition, improvisation, learning songs, whatever, and becoming an expert at the things that you love. I think that's the key to developing yourself as a musician. If you don't like jazz, don't like jazz. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't make you an uneducated player. No, doesn't matter. like that doesn't speak to you, okay. You can try to get into it a little bit, but don't over try it, I think. There's enough music out there for everyone. So find your thing. Be open to new open doors. If something new catches your ear, just go for it. But that's what I had for you today. So I would not feel bad because you don't know many songs. I wouldn't necessarily comply just because people tell you, I just want to hear a song, unless you really want to please them. But you've got to be happy with what you're doing if music is part of your life too. And if that's just improvisation, awesome. You found your thing, continue doing it. When you learn songs, do it towards the purpose of enjoying learning new things and extracting from it what will be beneficial for you. Unless you're in a cover band, then learn your songs. I hope you got something out of this. Sorry it was a little longer. There are a few other questions that I didn't answer. Usually I do 3, but I thought I'm going to break them down into single videos. It's easier to follow. And anyways, if you have questions, leave them below. Thank you for watching this. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Practice well.